And Robin's heading over to speak to Amanda in just a moment, but I want to get a follow-up first from ABC's Chief Legal Affairs anchor, Dan Abrams, what we were talking about in the last half hour, Amanda Knox's potential legal situation here in the United States. There is an extradition treaty between the United States and Italy, and the law all points in the direction of extradition, but the politics are going to go in a very, very different direction.
That's right. First, this will have to be affirmed by the Italian Supreme Court, which is expected. Then Italy would have to request extradition also, which is expected. And then that's when it gets interesting. And look, you have to believe that despite what all the lawyers will tell you, that this will come down to some degree to politics. It first goes through the State Department before it goes back to the courts. So the State Department has to send it forward, and I think with all of the public support for Amanda Knox, that is unlikely.
Yeah, and you got to believe even the White House might get involved in this decision. Okay, yeah. Dan Abrams, thanks very much. Let's go to Robin and Amanda.
All right, yes, let's talk to Amanda right here. It's good to have you back with us here in the studio. And first of all, who told you about the verdict, and what was your initial reaction when you heard it?
I was with my family, and I actually was able to find an Italian TV station online. I couldn't help myself. I was thinking, okay, I'm going to wait for my lawyers to call me and tell me, but I needed to hear it for myself, and I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I mean, my whole family was there, and I was listening, and I'm the only one who knows Italian, so I'm trying to listen and then tell them. And it was, I think, I'm finally, I'm going through waves of emotion as in response to it. My first reaction was, no, this is wrong, and I'm going to do everything I can to prove that it is. And I felt very determined, and my family felt very determined. But it was only on my way here that I really got my first cry. I talked to Don Saulo.
And Don is?
Don Saulo is the priest in the prison, and we've stayed in contact, and he just reminded me that, people still believe in me, and that, this is an experience that I have to testify to, that really horrible things can happen, and you have to stand up for yourself, and you have to believe that it's going to be okay.
And you do have a lot of people that are supporting you, family and others. You heard Dan Abrams, our legal affairs anchor, who said that it's possible but improbable that you would be extradited. But there are a lot of legal experts that say that the U.S. may have no other choice. Are you prepared for that?
I'm not. Before that ever happens, we have to go to the Supreme Court. We have to understand the motivation behind what happened, and that happens within 90 days. So I don't even know what their motivation could be. This really has hit me like a train. I did not expect this to happen. I really expected so much better from the Italian justice system. They found me innocent before. How can they say that it's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt? And I think that,
we heard you say that you would not go willingly, Amanda, that they would have to catch you first, and that you'd go kicking and screaming.
Yeah, I will never go willingly back to the place where I'm going to fight this until the very end, and it's not right, and it's not fair, and I'm going to do everything I can. Granted, I need a lot of help. I can't do this on my own, and I can't help people understand this on my own. There are people who know better than I do the way these systems work, and the way that there was this entirely preventable thing that happened that was systematic. And I really hope that people try to understand that, when you have overzealous prosecutors and when you have a biased investigation and coercive interrogations, these things happen. And I'm not crazy. it puts you in a position where you feel like.
And you also know, Amanda, Meredith's family. They've held a press conference, and you do have a lot of people who support you, and you do have a lot of people who feel that they feel that Meredith has not received justice. I know that you said you've written a letter to them, and they said they haven't received it. What is it that you want to say to them, and are you going to send them that letter?
I already sent it. I sent it to my lawyer. It's in the mail, and mainly I just want them to know that I really understand that this is incredibly difficult, that they have also been on this never-ending thing, and that when the case has been messed up so much, like a verdict is no longer consolation for them, and that just the very fact that they don't know what happened is horrible. Like, the thing that people really want when they've been victimized is just simple acknowledgement, and they deserve respect and the consolation of some kind of acknowledgement, and that's being lost, and it's I really wish them the best.
And your statement yesterday, your first statement was you mentioned them right off the bat in the statement, and I know that you have thought about them. Your ex-boyfriend being taken to the police station in Italy overnight, having his passport papers, it wasn't taken from him, he wasn't arrested, but told not to leave the country. Have you been in contact with him at all, and how does that make you feel knowing that this morning?
I mean, my initial thought after the verdict was, oh my God, Rafael. I feel very supported and very respected and believed here. And I know that he feels very supported and respected by many people in Italy, but like, he is vulnerable. And I don't know what I would do if they imprisoned him. Like, it's maddening.
I know this is, as you said, you were so defiant yesterday, traveling over here. It all is like a well of emotions, and it has to be a roller coaster for you, as it is for Meredith's family as well, and I know Absolutely. We're recognizing that. With the time that we have remaining, is there anything else that you would like to say?
I just really hope that people look beyond me in this case and look to what has happened. Really look at the people, really look at the situation, really look at the systems, really look at the aspects of these systems that allow for these things to happen, so that it's comprehensible. And I feel like the only way that any of us can get any sort of acknowledgement and understanding and consolation is through understanding. Like, I understand that this is really difficult, and I can only testify to what happened to me, and hope that people believe me. But I think the answers are out there, and I really, really ask that people try to look for those.
I know it's not easy for you to come here and to talk and to express yourself as you have, and we appreciate the fact that you have done that, and we wish you the best going forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, Amanda.
Thanks.